Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be looking at while loops. A while loop is something you use when you want a piece of code to be repeated multiple times. So we can see it inside our program. So we're going to create a new file called while_loop.c. Then we're going to put in our template code, which is #include standard io.h. Then we're going to have a comment, which is going to explain what our function is going to do. We're going to have a main function, which is going to print numbers 1 till 10, and it's going to return 0. So now we can write our main function, which is going to be int main void. Then inside our main function, we can write our while loop. So as we said, we want to use a while loop when we want to repeat a piece of code multiple times. So if we do not have some kind of constraint, our while loop won't stop. So it goes forever. So we need some kind of condition that when it evaluates the false, it breaks the while loop. So here we're going to have an integer called count, and we're going to initialize it to 1. So we're going to be writing our while loop now. So while, and inside parentheses, we're going to put our condition. So in order to print the numbers 1 till 10, our condition should be while count is less than or equals to 10. We want the piece of code inside the while loop to run. So what is going to be, the code is going to be printf. We want to print an integer, so we're going to use the %d identifier. We want each integer to be on its own line, so we'll use the new line character. So in place of %d, we want to put in our count variable. Then we can close it. Now if we just close our while loop, this is going to go forever because count is always going to be 1, which is always going to be less than or equals to 10. So we have to increase count. In this case, we're going to increase count by 1. We can do this multiple ways. We can either do count plus plus, or we can also do count plus equals 1, or we can also do count equals count plus 1. In this case, we're going to use count plus plus. Then once we have done this, we're going to close our while loop. We're going to return 0 to show that our program runs successfully. We're going to close our main loop. Now our main function. Now we can check. We can run this code and check. We're going to save our file. Then using the GCC compiler, we're going to run gcc while_loop.c, and we want our file to be named while_loop. As you can see, there were no errors. So now we can run while loop, which is ./while_loop, and press enter. As you can see, it has printed the numbers 1 till 10. Now we can do a small project using while loops. So we can go back to our while loop file. What we want to make is a multiplication table from 1 to 10. So if, for example, we have an integer and it's 5, we want to print the multiplication table of 5, which is 5 plus 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3, 5 times 4, etc. So we're going to go back to our while loop. So we want this to go up to 5 times 10. So we won't have to change our count, but we'll have to have a new number to represent 5. So we're going to have int number equals 5. Then inside our while loop, we want to print %d, but we want %d to be the product. So we're going to declare a new variable called product, and we're going to set it equal to number times count, and you want %d to represent product. Now let's look at what this code is going to do. The first iteration, count is going to be 1, so product is going to be 5 times 1, so it's going to print 5. In the second iteration, count is going to be 2, so product is going to be 5 times 2, etc. It's going to go up to 10. So when count is equals to 10, it's going to be 5 times 10. Then after that, count becomes 11, and 11 is not less than or equals to 10, so the while loop will close. We can check this by running the file. We're going to compile the file again with gcc while_loop.c. Oh, we have encountered an error. It seems that we've forgotten to put a semicolon. So we're going to go back and fix that. Now, again, I got into the while_loop file instead of while_loop.c. So inside here, we forgot a semicolon at the end of int product, the int product line. We're going to add the semicolon, save the file, and we're going to compile it again. while_loop.c. As you can see, it has compiled with no errors. Now we can run while loop. And we ran the code gcc while_loop. We forgot to add the name of the output file, so it's going to be saved as a.out, which is the default. So we can run ./a.out. And as you can see, we're going to get the multiplication table for 5. You can change the number 5 to whatever you want, and it's going to print the multiplication table of that number. As always, you can find the video code in the description, and you'll also find exercises with their solutions. And thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more programming videos.